Hi, I'm a Sand Recap, and this is a movie to get. Mortal Kombat. In a high-stakes fight for the universe, MMA fighter 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 seeks out Earth's greatest champions to oppose Outworld's foes.
The gods are forbidden from engaging in one realm's war against another.
Japan, 1617, Hanzo Hasashi, his wife Harumi, his son Satoshi, and other Shirai Ryu clan members live peacefully in his compound. Baihan's assassins from the Lin Kei clan invade and kill the other villagers as he goes to get water. Baihan goes to Hanzo's house to use his ice powers to harm his family. He runs back to his house and finds Harumi and Satoshi frozen to death when he hears her scream. Before having to defend himself, he can only mourn briefly. Before going after Baihan, he fights off and kills the other assassins with his own blade. Baihan engages in intense combat with Hanzo until he drives a blade deeply into his shoulder. He tells his assailant to keep his face in mind. Then, in his house, Hanzo hears his newborn daughter crying. He tries to crawl toward the house, but he falls and dies. Before his body burns away and vanishes, we observe a mark on his arm in the shape of a dragon. Master Raiden emerges after a lightning bolt strikes. He travels to a different realm with Hanzo's daughter. Earthrealm is threatened by Outworld unless selected champions from the Hasashi bloodline step forward, according to text. Get out ahead to the current day, where 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 Youthful is set to contend in an MMA battle, with just his better half Ali and little girl Emily to help him. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 takes a few blows during the fight but is ultimately defeated by his opponent. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 eventually taps out before going unconscious despite Emily's efforts to cheer him up. After the fight, a man by the name of Jax Briggs approaches 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 and notices that he has a mark on his chest that is similar to the one Hanzo has. It is dismissed by 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 as merely a birthmark. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 is also plagued by visions of Hanzo surrounded by flames at the same time. Baihan, now known as Sub-Zero, approaches 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬, his master, in Outworld as they plan to take over Earthrealm. Sub-Zero does not perceive any threat, despite the fact that they are aware that a living Hanzo descendant is present. Even though it's July, 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 and Ali take Emily out to dinner when it looks like it's starting to snow. Sub-Zero begins to move down the street as Emily's table freezes. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 pulls Emily to safety despite the hail that he rains down on the people. Jax saves the family by driving them away and demonstrating to 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 that he has the same dragon marking on his body. Jax directs 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 to locate Sonya Blade after bringing the youngs to safety. Sub-Zero freezes Jax's gun before freezing and shattering both of his arms, leaving him for dead as Jax goes off on his own to confront the enemy. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 has Ali and Emily get someplace protected while he searches out Sonya. He follows her to a junkyard, where she attacks him at first before 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 shows her the mark and tells her that Jax sent him. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 is invited into Sonya's trailer, where she informs him that Sub-Zero has been on the lookout for others who bear the mark. Sonya does not have it, but Jax does. After Jax fought a superpowered target who already had the mark transferred to Jax after the man was killed. As a result of her research, Sonya has learned about the ancient Mortal Kombat tournament. Kano, a ruthless mercenary who also carries the mark and worked for the Black Dragon clan, has been captured by Sonya. Reptile, 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬ng's henchman, attacks Sonya's house shortly after. The creature attacks while disguised, but Kano breaks free and punches through the reptile's chest, removing his heart. Sonya doesn't know what to do next because the attack destroyed her research until Kano tells her that he knows where the Temple of Raiden is and that he knows she is trying to reach it. Sonya tells Kano a lie and offers him $3 million in exchange for 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬 and her getting to the location. They wander off into the desert, where they are greeted by Liu Kang, a fire-skilled champion of Raiden. He explains to them how important it is to defend Earthrealm now that they have lost 9 Mortal Kombat tournaments and 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬ng can arrive to take it if they lose one more. Jax, who is still unconscious from his fight with Sub-Zero, is one champion that Liu Kang shows he has gathered together. Liu Kang guarantees Sonya that the others working in the sanctuary will give their very best to recuperate Jax. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬, Sonya, and Kano are brought to Raiden's meeting by Liu Kang, who is unimpressed by them. 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬ng, Sub-Zero, and Melina's demonic henchwoman, arrive at the temple before they begin their training. Kung Lao, Liu Kang's cousin, saves him as Sub-Zero attacks him. Raiden steps out to remind 𝐓𝐚𝐠𝐬ng that he cannot claim victory before the tournament has begun as he prepares his own attack. After that, he constructs a force field all the way around the temple to stop the Outworld criminals from continuing their assault and force them to leave. Liu starts training the champions by assisting them in discovering their inner power, or arcana, which is why Raiden has lightning powers and Liu has fire powers. Because she is not one of the chosen champions, Sonya cannot join the others. She finds that Jax has mechanical arms when she goes to his side, or he is awake. He tries to use them, but he feels less useful and weaker with them. Liu Kang and Kung Lao beat Cole and Kano to death. Liu Kang attempts to assist Cole in achieving his arcana by determining what drives him. During the fighters' dinner, Liu Kang and Kung Lao antagonize Kano by claiming that he is impulsive and powerless, rendering him unworthy of fighting. When Kano snaps, his arcana are actually activated, causing him to shoot a laser beam from his right eye. Cole later discusses the dragon's marking with Raiden. Raiden clarifies for Cole that he has slid from Hanzo's bloodline, explicitly from the child that Raiden safeguarded at the outset. He also tells Cole that Hanzo is wandering through hell in the vision, waiting for the day when he can exact his vengeance on Sub-Zero. Raiden opens the portal and sends Cole back to the Earthrealm to be with Emily and Ali because he believes he is not a worthy champion. For his next attack, Shang Tsung gathers more fighters, including the demon Nidera, the monstrous Prince Goro, the brutish Reiko, and the mercenary Cable. Cable has a personal grudge against Kano because they used to work together with the Black Dragon clan. Kano killed Cable and forced him to wear his unique new suit. In addition, Cable thinks that Shang Tsung's army would benefit from having Kano as an ally. At the temple, Cable meets Kano and convinces him to defect and join Shang Tsung. He destroys the force field with his laser. While Goro pursues Cole and his family, Shang Tsung and his minions attack the temple. Mileena fights Sonya during the attack, but Mileena decides not to kill Sonya because she is not a chosen one and believes that killing her would be pointless. Cable defeats Liu Kang in a fight. Jax fights Reiko, but the brute defeats him and Sonya by knocking them out before attempting to crush them with a boulder. Jax tries to lift Sonya's boulder, which helps him find his arcana and makes her arms get bigger and stronger. Nitara swoops in for an attack, but Kung Lao fights her and kills her by slicing Nidera in half across the middle with his metal hat as a buzzsaw. Goro is simultaneously burying Cole in the ground until he begins to move toward Emily and Ali. Cole's arcana is unlocked because he feels the need to protect his family. His body is covered in golden armor, and he can make blades to help him fight Goro by cutting off one of his forearms and then impaling him in the eyes to kill him. Cole is summoned back to the temple by Raiden, who also reveals his ancestry to Sub-Zero and Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung grabs Kung Lao and suctions out his soul, killing him and forcing Liu Kang to watch as Raiden prepares to bring the champions to the void for protection. While the other heroes attempt to devise a plan for combating Shang Tsung's forces, Liu Kang mourns his cousin. Cole is encouraged to use the kunai that Raiden gives him, which was found after Hanzo's death. Cole decides that they should compete against the villains in a tournament format. The champions are teleported by Raiden to face off against their respective foes. Jax is assigned to use his new arms to fight Reiko. Jax disarms Reiko and uses his arms to turn Reiko's head into paste, despite the fact that Reiko is attempting to kill Jax with his warhammer. Sonya is sent back to her trailer to fight Kano. At the end of the fight, she impales Kano through his eye and gives her his marking. Sonya comes to Mileena's aid as Cole fights her, and she uses her new arcana powers to shoot a plasma beam through Mileena's stomach. Cable is confronted once more by Liu Kang, who uses his own fatality, a fire dragon move, to completely consume Cable. Sub-Zero finds Emily and Ali in Earthrealm and freezes them to death. Cole is sent to battle Sub-Zero, but the villain defeats him. Hanzo is brought back from hell and reborn as Scorpion when Cole's blood touches the kunai. With Cole's assistance, he returns to confront his foe. Before successfully trapping Sub-Zero and using his own fire powers to kill Sub-Zero, Scorpion uses his heat to revive Emily and Ali. Scorpion asks Cole to preserve his bloodline and thanks Cole for freeing him before returning. Raiden banishes Shang Tsung back to Outworld, but he reappears once more to retrieve the bodies of his fighters, allowing them to come back to life. After that, Raiden informs his champions that they have prevailed, but that they need to gather more fighters in order to prepare for Shang Tsung's subsequent attack. Cole informs the promoter that he will finally quit and move to Hollywood while he is at the gym where he fights. Cole responds, "Not what?" when questioned regarding Hollywood. Who? The person Cole is looking for is then shown as the camera pans over genius contender Johnny Enclosure.